Sunday, done with the Saturday games, on to Sunday now for week 15 in the NFL. And we will start with one of the uglier games, not just because of the teams that are playing, but because of the weather forecast. The Atlanta Falcons at the Carolina Panthers. 1 o'clock kickoff for this one. Falcons are a 3-point road favorite as we record on Friday afternoon, and what I believe is the lowest total on the board for this week, sitting at 33.5. Adam, I don't know what the hell to do with this game, man. Like 2 inches of rain in the forecast, 15-mile-per-hour winds. Tickets are on sale on some like third-party sites for 45 cents. Like
Ooh,
with
what a
taxes
deal.
and fees, what is that like? Yeah, I mean, like, forget Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Go check out the Carolina Panthers at Bank of America Stadium. So, like, I don't know what this is, man. Like, the Falcons couldn't get the job done in the game they should have covered last week. Carolina's actually scheming up some decent plays, it seems, but Bryce Young can't hit open receivers when they actually get open and can create separation, which still isn't very often. So, you tell me what to do with this, because I don't know.
Okay. We're going to do a little exercise here, and I'm going to read you a box score, and then you're going to tell me roughly what you think the outcome of this game was. Okay. One team converted 8 third downs. The other converted 3. One team had nearly 100 yards more of total offense. Yards per play were basically the same. One team ran for 200 yards. The other ran for 97. One team possessed the ball for 35 minutes. The other team possessed it for 25. What do you think happened in this game? You don't even have to come up with an actual score. Just tell me which team won by how much you think.
I would think that the former beat the latter by more than a field goal.
I would agree with that, and I'll add in turnovers, which the former had 2 and the latter had 1, so not a huge difference. Those numbers
Still win
come
the
from
game.
Correct. Those numbers come from the Panthers and Saints box score last week, in which the Saints beat the Panthers 28-6 as the second of those two teams, as the team that had 100 less yards, as the team that had less third down conversions, as the team that ran for half the yards of the other team. That is how bad things have gotten in Carolina. They went 1 for 7 on 4th down. In Bryce Young's defense, a lot of those were long 4th downs that they decided to go for. However, this is just how broken the Carolina offense is. And it leads me to say that no matter how good this Carolina defense has been, and they held the Saints to 207 yards and still somehow gave up 21 points because 7 of those came on special teams. There's nothing more this defense can do. This offense is broken, and there's no way that you can get me to bet Carolina with the fact that this offense is broken. That being said, you talk about teams that you like to fade. I faded the Falcons last week. You're not going to get me to lay points with Desmond Ridder on the road against a good defense. So it's got to be a pass for me. Overall, if I had to bet anything, I would probably still look at under, because I don't know that Carolina is an offense that can actually convert anything right now. I think a team total anything over 14 for Carolina is insane. And you can't look at anything from Atlanta and think that against a good defense, and let's be honest here, it is a Carolina defense that has a good coordinator, that is getting healthier, that has a number of its pieces like J.C. Horn, like Jeremy Chin, like Brian Burns. Look at the interception Derek Brown had last week. They have the pieces to be really good on defense, but this offense cannot pay it off.
Speaking of wild box scores, Desmond Ridder threw for 347 yards, almost 9 yards per attempt, and the Falcons still found a way to lose that game to Tampa Bay. So, typically these would be this would be 2 bye points for these teams, right? Like, you see a resume like this, you're getting a bye low the next week, but the Panthers have shown us nothing all year to think that they're going to get some positive variance. This is what the Falcons are with the pace that they play and the head coach that they have. And you're never backing them to win by more than a field goal at this point. So yeah, it's just a complete pass for me. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I say we just move on, Adam.
Yeah. I'll just bring one more point with Carolina. You look at, you say, how could that box score be? Right. And they had one very long play that took them down to the 1 yard line of the Saints. And you know what they did with that? They failed on first down. They got sacked on second down. They threw it away on third down. And somehow first and goal at the 1 became a 29-yard field goal. That's how bad this offense is. Bryce Young went 13 for 36 last week. So with that, I'm happy to move on.
The best part about the Panthers now has been that everybody on social media from the Panthers fans is saying that they should change the play caller. So they got to fire Thomas Brown. And Thomas Brown's wife goes on Twitter and said, "We are fired. Like, we just don't have anybody else that can call the plays. Like, we're not going to be here next year. What do you want us to do? Like, we are fired." So it's just a complete nightmare.
She's not wrong.
Carolina right now. She's not wrong. She is not wrong. Happy holidays to all the Carolina Panthers fans. It's rough out there.